Hello and welcome everyone. As we get started with our daily meditation session, let us put ourselves in a comfortable position, either sitting on the ground or sitting on a couch. If we are sitting on a chair, let us put our feet apart, parallel to each other and touching the ground. And in either case, open both our hands in our lap, palm facing upward. As most of you might already know, meditation will happen within us. It's going to trigger from within us with our desire. So, effectively, there are no physical movements or steps required for this. We have to be sit we have to be seated in a comfortable position and be humble in our heart. Let us give a smile to ourselves, making ourselves pleasant, and a smile will dissolve a lot of unwanted things. To begin with, we will take our right hand and place it on the left stomach or the left abdomen. Left hand stays in the lap and right hand is placed on our abdomen on the left side. And here we will say in our hearts or aloud, I am contented and satisfied with myself and my life. I am completely satisfied with my life and everything around it. Also, this place goes out of balance if we are not following our values or our dharma. So, we will also desire Let my values be established within me. The values which I should have as a human being. To fulfill my relations and my life. Let me be a satisfied person. Nothing happens in a day. Everything takes time. Having balanced this part to some extent, we will move our right hand to the lower part of our abdomen on left side. And again bring balance to this place by requesting our inner energy to please remove all the false knowledge, all the false ideas, all the impure desires and thoughts from within us. Let me just have true knowledge. I drop off all the so called impure desires and superficial knowledge gained so far, and desire that my being is enlightened with true knowledge. I desire from my heart for true knowledge. We can bring our right hand back in our lap and sit comfortably. And listen to a short 10 minutes discourse from the founder of Sahaj meditation. You will observe that you will be thoughtless while listening to this. and your meditative state will continue.
And what they were doing, I felt this is the place where it is going to trigger first. Because your founder himself was a realized soul. He was a realized soul, but perhaps he did not realize that others were not realized up to his level. And whatever he talked was the truth, nothing but the truth. But you cannot imagine about truth. You have to become. Becoming is the main point. Unless and until you become the truth, whatever you talk about, it becomes talk, talk, talk. And we have had talks after talks after talks. Now the time has come for us to become. What do we become? What do we have to expect after self-realization? As he has told you, I would like to tell you this way, that we have heard that God's love is all-pervading. The divine love is all-pervading energy. We have heard about it, we have read about it. Now what happens to us, that we are awakened in such a manner that we started feeling that power. Our sensitivity or our awareness becomes so enlightened that we start feeling that divine power around us. It exists. For example, if I say there is big music going on here and big plays and dramas going on here, you won't believe. Till I put a television here and say, now see for yourself. In the same way, this all-pervading power is still imaginary for us, or we can say is not our own experience. Still people believed it because it was told by great people, great incarnations like Christ. But what it means, what it is, we have not felt it. And that's the first thing that should happen to you, is to feel that. That means our feeling is not so much yet developed, or is not enlightened, or is not evolved to that extent that we can feel. In our evolution, say from animals to this stage, how many feelings we have developed which the animals don't have? For example, if you want to take an animal through a dirty lane, he doesn't feel any dirt or filth or doesn't smell any. He just walks through. Take any horse or any dog, they have no problems. But for human beings to go through that will be an impossibility. Our feelings, experiencing power, is so much developed that we can feel the beauty, we can feel the colors, we can see the beauty of this place. They cannot feel. But now the feeling that has to come to us is the feeling of that all-pervading power, the divine power, which in Sanskrit is called as Brahma. That divine power is the desire of God. God desired because He loved us. He is complete. He need not have created us at all. What was the need for Him to create us? But His love and His compassion. And He wanted to give His compassion, to express His compassion. And that's why He created us with what care and with what delicacy. That one has to just see. We take ourselves for granted, our evolution for granted, everything for granted. As he said that you did not pay anything to become human beings. You did not pay for anything. For example, every day you see the flowers becoming fruits. How much do you pay to the tree for it? You see a seed sprouting. How much do you pay to the seed for getting sprouted? It's also spontaneous, it's living. And we are talking here about the living God who lives, who does all the living things. What do? We do nothing. We do just dead work. Like something is dead, supposing a tree is dead, we make a chair, we think, oh, we have made a chair. It's a dead from the dead. We have not done something living so far. Have we been able to convert even one flower into a fruit? And these thousands and billions of things are happening around us. That's the work of the living God. And also this evolution, that has to go to its epitome now, to its last stage, that is your self-realization. Supposing I start collecting some nuts and bolts and start collecting some sort of a machinery, you will say what this machinery is meant for. Why are you making it? Why this evolution? Why did we evolve to this stage of a human being? What was the need? What was the purpose? Anybody would ask why? Why there should be a machine made like this? And that question is not asked by scientists so far. Because they have no answer for it. They are very honest. Because they have no answer for the why, they don't ask that question. Whatever is presented to them, they see it and say, this is it, this is so. Now to get to God, you don't have to go to Saturn or don't have to go to moon. He's within. He is within you, expressed within you in your heart aspect. It's all written in the Bible. I'm not telling something new. Christ has said you are to be born again. When I came 9 years back in America, I gave speeches where I said you are to be born again. And it's a happening, it's a becoming, it should happen, it's actualization. It's a real baptism that you should feel the cool breeze of the Holy Ghost coming out of your head. It should happen to you. So they took you over and they said, all right, we are born again. Again, self-certification. Is all certifying yourself, we are born again, we are this, we are that. You are nothing but your spirit. And you have to become the spirit. Unless and until you have become it, all this certificate is not going to help you, nor you are going to feel satisfied because you are seekers. You are a special category of people born on this earth at this special time. This is a very special time. It's an extremely special because this is the blossom time and this is the last judgment. Only through Kundalini awakening you can judge yourself. Otherwise there is no way of finding out. Because when the Kundalini awakens, which is settled down here in the triangular bone, then your centers get awakened. When they get awakened, you get this special sensitivity even on your fingertips. Now these 5 fingers, 6th and 7th, all of them get enlightened. Once they get enlightened, you can feel not only the all-pervading power, but you become, as he said, the collective conscious being. You become. Again I say you become. It's not that I say we are all brothers and sisters, we must love each other. It's not that way, but you just become. Means you start feeling the another person within yourself. So much so I was coming to Houston. And there's an Indian Sir Yogini who has come from India. And she told me, Mother, why the heart is catching so much in Houston? I said, do you know there are heart specialists here who transplant heart, who have got, also there's Dr. Kuri who is doing.
Let us keep our eyes closed, our hands open in the lap. Keep our shoulders relaxed, our back relaxed, and desire to our inner energy. Please be awakened in your full form within me so that I achieve a balanced state within me, leading to a pure meditative state. Let my attention become lighter so that it can rise to the realm of thoughtlessness. Our desire is the biggest trigger for this balancing process. Whatever thoughts or ideas might be there, let us surrender them by just saying, I forgive and I surrender, and watch this happening within us, which is very joy giving and peaceful. At this stage, we will try to pay a little attention or observe ourselves on how we are feeling now, how is the thought process, are we comparatively more peaceful and relaxed? One helpful way is to forgive things as they happen in our lives, either at our work or at our home, because if something happens which is not as per our liking, then we tend to get out of our way a little bit. And if we really do not like it, then it keeps coming back to us as a thought. More the number of times it comes, stronger it gets within us, and it becomes a stress for us. So, as through meditation we try to cleanse and balance all such collected thoughts from the past, let us try that we do not collect any more for the future and rather forgive everything at the same moment and move ahead as the clock moves without going back. We have to be in charge of our brains and not allow our brain to overtake our heart. Always desire in our heart, please, motherly energy, keep me connected to my spirit, keep me connected to my heart. Thank you for joining us today. I'll play some music for next 5 to 10 minutes for those of us who wish to continue to meditate. If you have any suggestions or questions, please use the chat window to the right of the player or use the feedback form and try to visit the local centers in your area to have a deeper experience and learn more. Thank you for joining and have a good night.